So, To
I
the Nines
love that.
podcast with Tiffany Wicks.
To the nines. And so what all do you talk about on To the Nines?
We talk about everything business, mindset, encouragement, and a lot of times some tough talk about how to get your butt up and moving and starting to reach the goals that you haven't even had the bravery to speak out loud yet.
I love that because, women, whether you're working full time or you have kids or don't have kids or you're a stay at home mom, it's like we need that kick in the butt sometimes to get moving. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times I'm in my head and I'm like fussing at myself in my head. And that really doesn't help me very much. It really frustrates me or takes me down. And I've kind of learned to stop talking to myself like that and to use some positive words with myself. I bet you do some of that on your podcast.
I do a lot of that, but I think moreover, what women need is for whatever reason. Well, I know the reason, and we'll definitely get down into a little bit of a rabbit hole on this one. But what women are looking for is permission. They're looking for somebody to tell them you're a good little girl for the choices you have made. They haven't yet reached inside of themselves and said, I am independent, I am strong, I am capable, I am worthy, I am loved, regardless of what your opinion is about what I do. I have a father in heaven that said, I am a princess in his kingdom, and I am prepared to grab a hold of my thoughts, my dreams, and execute them. And I don't need your permission to do it. I am capable of making those decisions on my own.
Woo!
Women are seeking permission, but they absolutely don't need it.
Men never ask permission, do they?
Never do. And even when it goes to applying for jobs, a woman will typically look at the job description and say, oh, look at that. I'm not qualified. And I'm like, it's a guideline, babe. Apply. What's the worst they're going to do? Say no? Okay, so someone saying no, if that sends you down to a road of tears, then we've got to start working on getting you a bit more confident. And confidence comes from doing whatever the thing is that you're trying to do. You don't have confidence first and then do it. You've got to do the scary thing. You've got to have courage, and then you gain the confidence. And then that's where you gain commitment to keep going.
I was just reading in one of Valerie Burton's books today, and she was talking about focusing on our strengths and what we do well. And as women, we're really quick to tell you what we don't do well because we got that down. Or maybe it's the fact that if we did say what we do well, we feel like we're bragging. There again, I'm going to go back to the thing where the guys, they tell you how good they are, don't they? Most of them tell you how good they are.
Absolutely. And I am really working on a lot of women, like be a little braggadocious. In fact, be a lot. And I've had people say, sounds a little arrogant when I say, I'm awesome. If you don't like me, that's your loss because I'm pretty dope in a lot of different ways. And it's none of my business. Your opinion of me is none of my business. Whatever, that's you. And generally, people react out of their own past experiences. So if they've been damaged, if they've been harassed, if they've had
Hmm.
their heart broken, they bring that into any new relationship, even if it's just relationally online, they'll bring it and it will come out. I am an online marketer, so I see the gamut from people who are incredibly supportive to the people that will work really hard to tear you apart as a human. You just
Mm.
can't let them because that's their own damage coming out. And you just got to say, man, sorry. Sounds like you had a rough life, and have some deep compassion for where that anger is coming from because truly it has nothing to do with you. It has
Absolutely.
everything to do with them.
And I think that anybody who works with people or with relationships of any sort, whether it's moms and teenagers or kids or couples, it comes down to that fact. Everybody says that in one way or another. When there's a problem in any relationship, it's not usually about you, it's usually about that person. There's some kind of problem that they have going on. And, in the communication styles that I teach, the personality styles, it comes down to that confidence level, Tiffany, that you have comes down to it. And maybe it was taught at home too, or maybe your parents lifted you up, but it is comes from within, and it is that direct person. They're ambitious. They go after what they want, and it's really a personality style. And some people are super quiet, super humble. They don't say anything good about themselves, or they don't like conflict. all different kind of reasons, but let me share this. The first time I met you, it's been maybe 8 or 10 years ago now. Maybe not that long, maybe 7 or 8. And
Yeah.
the first time I met you, we were at a business women's function, and you came in and you just held yourself so tall and so confident. And you introduced yourself and you told about all your children, and you told that you homeschooled your children. And I was like, oh my gosh, because I loved being home with my kids, but I would not ever want to homeschool. That's an extreme commitment to me. But I just remember how confident that you were. And when you present confidence like that, it's like people take notice, and they want what you have.
They do. They do. And, a lot of times confidence can be contagious to other people. So, I mean, that's just an exchange of energy, really, because our energy all started with the creation of humans. And that energy, if you remember eighth grade science class, it was created in the beginning by our Father, but it can never be destroyed. It's only transferred. So if you walk through this world confident and, taking this is I always say I've got zero F's to give, and you can say flying farts, you can put whatever F in there that you
Okay.
want, but when you've got none of those to disperse because their opinions of what you're doing are none of your own business, it really makes taking other people's opinions so lighthearted.